Liverpool have made massive progress in their efforts to sign a Premier League player before deadline day, submitting an offer for his services. Liverpool handed Alexander Isak boost. The Reds' pursuit of Newcastle United striker Alexander Isak has become increasingly frustrating, with the Magpies proving stubborn, not least because they haven't been able to sign a sufficient replacement. That has now changed, however, with VfB Stuttgart star Nick Woltemade reportedly closing in on a move to St. James Park in a big-money transfer. Sky Sports reporter Keith Downey has said that it has paved the way for Liverpool to now go on and complete the signing of Isak, with Newcastle also keen on signing Brentford's Yoane Wissa. The ball is now in the Reds' court, in terms of tabling an improved second offer for the Swede, as they look to bring him in and make him the most expensive signing in the history of British football. Now, another player could also be on his way to Anfield in the coming days. Liverpool have entered the 2025-26 campaign with a weight of expectation that was not there when Arne Slot led the Reds out for the first time 1 year ago. The 2024-25 Premier League champions have won both their opening league fixtures this season, though 4 goals shipped and late winners required against Bournemouth and Newcastle United have shown that there is plenty of room for improvement for Slot's side. As the summer transfer window reaches the final stretch, clubs throughout the Premier League and all over Europe will scramble to wrap up deals that have dragged on. And Liverpool are no different. Crystal Palace centre-back Mark Guehi remains a top target for the Reds, with talk said to be ongoing on that front. But there's one man above all others who is locked in sporting director Richard Hughes' sights. Liverpool make £40 million offer for Mark Guehi. According to Football Insider, Liverpool and FSG have now made a bid of £36 million plus £4 million in add-ons for Crystal Palace centre-back Mark Guehi, as they look to snap him up before the window closes. It is the amount that the Eagles are looking for, having already lost Eberechi to Arsenal this summer, with a report adding that the Reds have finally made their move. After a frustrating few weeks in the transfer market for Liverpool, things do now excitingly appear to be falling into place at the perfect time, both in terms of Guehi and Isak. The former may not be the record-breaking addition that the latter could be, but he would be a fantastic signing in his own right, pushing Ibrahima Konate for a starting berth from the off, especially given the Frenchman's poor current form. Guehi is an unflappable figure who has impressed so much for both Palace and England in recent years, with Gareth Southgate waxing lyrical about his performances at Euro 2024 last summer. He has been exceptional. We obviously lose him now for the next game, but is a young defender that we've had enormous belief in and is justified that with his performances in this tournament. At 25, Guehi is at the perfect age to come in and be a hit for Liverpool, proving himself in the Premier League. And the move could be beneficial to him as he looks to reach another level, especially improving his chances of starting for England at next year's World Cup. Liverpool reach agreement for top target. There is little question that Liverpool's priority as we enter this last lap of the transfer circuit remains the signing of Newcastle United striker Alexander Isak. The Magpies have floundered all summer and still haven't been able to land a new number 9. A second bid from FSG, having seen a £110 million offer rejected at the start of August, will only come after encouragement from Tyneside, and that has yet to happen. Even so, Sky Sports Germany's Florian Plettenberg has confirmed that Liverpool have reached an agreement with the Sweden international on personal terms, and they are waiting patiently to finalize the deal. PIF officials tried to convince the 25-year-old to stay in the wake of Liverpool's win at St. James Park, but Isak's stance is the same. It would take a mammoth fee to prize the goalscorer away from Eddie Howe's side, with Newcastle still maintaining he is worth £150 million. What Alexander Isak would bring to Liverpool? What would Isak bring to Liverpool? Goals, and goals aplenty of that. The rangy centre-forward scored 27 times for Newcastle across all competitions last season, netting against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup final and finishing behind only Mohamed Salah in the Premier League scoring charts. Hailed by Jamie Carragher as being the best striker in the Premier League for his efforts across the recent campaign, certainly, he was the most complete, the most effective from his all-round berth. Isak would be a stunning addition to a Liverpool side already boasting so much firepower and attacking quality. Not only a destructive finisher, the £120,000 per week Magpie has mastered the art of link-up play, so fast and dynamic as he shifts about the front line. And it's been evident from the beginning, with journalist David Catledge remarking that his all-encompassing game made him unplayable way back in 2022, when he plied his craft for Real Sociedad in Spain. The 6'3" Isak's tall frame, strong physicality, and quality in working into wider attacking berths suggest he could mirror Gakpo at Liverpool, even though the Dutchman is more of a natural wide forward. Gakpo offers a bit more by way of creative output than Isak, but he arcs into the box with a regularity that evades most white-place forwards. However, both attackers are crisp in possession, comparatively active in their progressive passing play, and able and effective ball carriers, both successfully taking on their man with the same consistency. A successful take-on is recorded when a player beats their opponent by directly carrying the ball past them while retaining possession. Against Bournemouth on the opening day of the season, Gakpo showcased his completeness, getting on the scoresheet and making a series of key passes, winning an abundance of duels. Gakpo's running style and ability to take on opponents might lend themselves to a fixed role on the left flank, but Isak has also demonstrated in the past a skill when shifting out wide. Newcastle goalkeeper Nick Pope even remarked that the Sweden international was like a wizard when zipping down the left flank and setting up a goal extraordinarily against Everton in 2023. Of course, there's also the element that Isak has plied his trade in the Dutch Eredivisie in the past, actually first establishing himself as a prolific goalscorer when on loan at Willem II in 2018-19, scoring 14 goals across 18 appearances. Liverpool signed Gakpo directly from the Dutch scene in January 2023, landing PSV Eindhoven superstar following his limelight-stealing performances at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, bagging in each of Orange Group's stage outings. It might have taken the 25-year-old a bit of time to adapt to the English game and truly click into gear, as he is in Slot's system, having been hailed by pundit Peter Crouch as having gone up a level, but Gakpo is now an integral part of Liverpool's success, especially now that Luis Diaz has been sold to Bayern Munich. However, Isak has already equipped 3 years' worth of experience on his belt and could feasibly be expected to hit the ground running and lead Liverpool to trophy-winning success over the coming season and beyond. Given that the Newcastle star has the Premier League qualities and a Gakpo-esque style in the final third, there's every chance that he could prove a bona fide success for Liverpool, providing the cream at the end of an incredible transfer window.